Hello, and welcome to another day in the motor house on restoration of the Lotus 7. This, I think, is episode 38 of what I've been doing. I did mention in the last video I did that if I couldn't find the tools to do the A-arm bushings, I would have to make some. And I do have a lot of, we'll say, stock and scrap lying around. So this is brass, 1 inch, just piece of brass, 1 inch, and I made a relief into the end, and that is because, let's see if we look at one of the newer bushings, you'll see that there's a protrude, the inside protrudes, so you need a little relief so that you're not just pushing on. If you try to push this flat, you'll be pushing the center and trying to overcome that before you push the outside. So I made this, and that allows it to sit there and push well. All right, so what else I needed to do is I needed a receiver. So this is just simply a piece of 1 inch iron pipe, which is basically I took it off of this, you'll see, 1 inch pipe. And I took the inside, which it was not, I needed to open the inside up a little. Did that on the lathe also, just bored it so that it works. So let's go to the bench. So over at the bench, let's say that this is going to press to that, which it's just thinner, a bit thinner than there, so it will. Let's see, do this. There's plenty of room to go into that. And then this is the bushing, which there's plenty of room inside. And those are my tools. And this fits, let's see if I can. This, sorry, just trying to do this one-handed. Let me switch hands here, see if this helps. So this becomes the right diameter for there. So those are the tools. Next is to go to the other garage I have here on site, where my 30-ton press is, and start pressing this stuff out. All right, I'm pressing the first one. And everything seems to be going a little smooth. I did put a little heat to it, and that seemed to speed things up nicely. So, so that's the setup of pressing the first one. Well, this is number 4, and I just get it set up, give it a little bit of heat, and then it seems to press very easily. And I'm even using, we'll say, a short bar, not even a long bar. Not putting that much pressure on it, but a little heat does help, and goes right through. So this is turning out, I don't want to say it. I really don't want to say it, because then something happens. But all right, for right now, this is going well. Back on the bench after finishing up with the press, they all came out, and I will say, just a little bit of heat with torch. They all ended up then just easily coming out. So, and not glowing red, just a little heat helped them loosen up and come on out. So that is, we'll say, this step. Next, I'm going to, put them in a sandblast cabinet, clean them all up, but I got to switch to cabinet from glass bead to sand, garnet. That's I got to switch that out. Not too hard, but it just takes some time to swap everything out, because the glass bead, it does a nice job, but it doesn't leave a nice etched surface for paint. It pains the surface, so it's good for some things, not good for others. And I'll probably, before that, put them in the parts washer, clean up all the grease, and then they'll be ready to go to the sandblast cabinet. All the arms have been through the parts washer. I let them basically drip dry overnight sitting up in the washer. And so now it's time to head to the sandblast cabinet. This is my sandblast cabinet. My dad got it long ago, and I mean long ago, probably the late 80s. And when we closed things up, his garage, and he basically retired, I moved it up here to mine. So, it does really well. It's got a reclaimer system built onto it, pressure pot system with a reclaimer. Works really well, but it is, I'm going to say, very noisy. And compounding that is our compressor. So I won't be filming any of the, we'll say, the sandblasting. Also, you might think it's a little difficult to see with a camera in there, and I'm not putting a camera inside for sandblasting. That would be really bad. It's hard enough to see through the covering on the window, which is done just to keep the glass from getting etched. It's a piece of thin plastic. So I will, let's say, next part of this will be the result. Here are the first two that have come out of the cabinet. It was I did two of them, and the sand's now recycling and reclaiming back. And so I'm giving it a few minutes to run in the background so you know what you're hearing. Now, I only was running about a little over 30 pounds of pressure in the blast. And it does a majority of everything, but there are a few, we'll say, stubborn places that it's not. So, now it's time to kick the pressure up and try a few more things. And let's see, is this the one? Yeah, make sure to look. You'll see that little bit of bend, a little bit of dimple in that one. Somewhere right there where my thumb is. That's something I can take out with the arbor press, just to clean it up. But in general, the blast cabinet does really well. But this is just a check to see about the pressure. You never want to start out at the high pressure. I know you can run 90 pounds if you wanted, but there's no sense in wearing away the material when a lower pressure will do it. So I just creep up till I know that it's effective and takes care of everything. All the arms have been cleaned up. Did well in the blast cabinet. You can actually see any little imperfections in the edges a whole lot easier now. As the things that happen. There are small spots, say right there. There's a couple up in these crevices here. You got to pick at them. The blast is not going to get it that well in there. So, if anyone's interested in recommendations or explanations of blast cabinets and my experience with them over we'll say, a few decades, leave a comment and I'll address it in another video. Okay, and probably be good for here. I'm gonna just work on these and little spots on them, and then get some primer on them, so they'll be ready for final painting in the future. Thanks for watching. Bye. Just one little ad at the end here. Figured I'd show this. Another really good thing that sandblast cabinet is good for is painting. Because if I leave the door open here and paint it right there and turn on the reclaimer, which is basically nothing but a big exhaust fan, because all my exhaust goes outside. So I can use the exhaust as like a paint booth. This is a nice little paint booth. I do it right here. Everything just goes right out there, and no issues for me. So that's another thing I use my sandblast cabinet for, is painting there at the edge. And because it's drawing fresh air in, it's no issue with any of the dust in there. If I put it inside, it might be different, but have it here with the door open, there isn't a problem. Okay, just a little extra.